Also, shout outs to homework assignment number 4. Play a 1st to 5 with someone else in Discord. Make sure you record it and submit the names of both individuals. That is homework, dog. You know how many motherfuckers have done that just for fun? Now you can get credit for it if you happen to be in California and also happen to be at Berkeley. I'm talking about UC Berkeley having a new course added into their curriculums called The Art of Fighting Games, a fusion of gaming and education. Shout outs to Arcade Press for the article. But the University of California at Berkeley, known for its academic excellence, is set to offer a course titled The Art of Fighting Games during the spring 2024 semester. The innovative course takes a unique approach merging traditional academics and the digital world, signaling a shift in the perception of gaming as a value tool for education. Bro, you're telling me I can get a master's degree for mashing? This is awesome. Dude, this is dope. This is absolutely incredible.
I'm going to say real quick, this just reminds me of the movie Accepted, where they just made their own their own college.
Yeah, that Justin Long joint. I hated that movie because people called me and said I looked like him when my hair was long. I was like, God damn it, Justin Long. Opening crazy. Old wounds there. But yeah, I didn't know. Straight up, yeah, Accepted. Great comparison. So it's a 2-unit course that offers students a comprehensive education in playing and understanding fighting games. There's a syllabus that's there. You can go to it right now. This is not a prank. This is not fake. This is a legit accredited course that you can take right now. And this is awesome. And you know what? A part of me says like, yo, I can't believe it. But another part of me is also like, like fighting games have been studied before. I mean, video game in general have had so many studies done it before, right? With things like being able to do with problem solving and mechanical development and such, right? It's a known thing. It's just awesome to see that fighting games have just been able to now get an actual like course in it. I mean, shit, if fucking what was it? Was it Lupe? Yeah. If Lupe Fiasco can teach at MIT, the art of rapping, we could definitely get the art of mashing over here, right? Like it's not too far fetched, but it's because honestly, it's a cool understanding because if you look at the syllabus, it's really dope because it brings up like the course description. It's like trying to set the pace of it, right? Welcome to 1980s Japan. You're a salaryman coming home from a long day of work. But before you return home, you stop by the cultural haven of the entertainment industry at the time. Messed up my tab there. Of the time, the arcade. So it's really the course itself breaks down a lot of things. There's a lot of learning objectives. There's a really dope format. Once again, this is all stuff that's in the syllabus. You guys can go check this out. But the learning objectives are as follows: understanding the fundamentals of fighting games, understanding fighting game jargon. That's pretty fucking important. Learning the different techniques to improve game sense and technical execution, and learn to identify how to improve oneself in a competitive environment. Also, learn about the culture and the history of the fighting game community and Japan. Got to throw that in there, and learn about tournaments and how they run. So it's like it brings a couple of different concepts of modern stuff, and obviously it's going on historical, the historical impact that it's had. And it's nothing new. I mean, like colleges having some sort of you can get an esports degree, I believe, out in Rowan University in New Jersey right now. There's like an esports program out there. So it's not like a crazy concept in that, but it's really cool to see this specific fighting game one because there's just so many things I don't know if you've noticed, Mez. I don't know how much you've learned from fighting games that you've been able to take from like being competitive in fighting games that you've taken out into real life. Like, have you had those moments yet? I'm pretty sure there's a lot, right?
I've had
there's like no way you haven't. Yeah.
I'm like, there's times where I'm like, hey, this is not the right time to just be super competitive. Just be patient. It's like I have to like. I always look at something like training room is the prime example of like knowing what your objective is and not doing unnecessary things. So like even when I'm at work, I'm like, do I really have to put that there to do this, to do that? Maybe I just need to condense it and really realize that, hey, I don't need to do all this stuff. I can just go straight to do this or straight to talk to this person. And now I skip all the meat, all the things that don't matter, that are going to just be a waste of energy and time or repetition that I don't need yet.
In case y'all didn't know, Mez was a bit of a training room monster. So like the concept of trying to get from point A to point B, my objective of doing this and having these many resources to get to this point, and then figuring all that out. You know, that's one way, I guess, you know, Mez's been able to apply that. But yeah, the course itself breaks down all that. It's going to go into those kind of learning objectives. The required material is fucking hilarious to read. It's like, oh, you need a computer to play at home or bring to lecture. It needs to run Fightcade.
Which is good.
You understand being a college student and being given a syllabus, and on that bitch just says like, "Yo, you
go
need
get a
to
laptop.
Go Fightcade. Go get a laptop. You get some Fightcade on." I'm like, what? Prerequisite,
like,
required material. I went to college. I had to pay like $70 for a book that I don't remember reading. I think I used that as like a doorstop at least once.
And had to sell to somebody else because there was no
return. Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm broke as shit. I'm a broke 18-year-old. I need to get my money back. It's like, yo, just download Fightcade. That's crazy.
I kind of wonder though, because like I love this concept. This is it kind of shows you the history, not just of fighting games, but gaming entering into colleges. We never really had this when we were growing up, right? We were the ones trying to convince just high schools and
to get a goddamn after school club.
Exactly. They're like, oh, you need a teacher, and the teacher's like, what the hell is the point of this? But I feel like we've progressively passed that. I mean, you could look at Rutgers as a good example. Rutgers has built a system where, you know, it's integrated where, hey, your collegiate sport, you know, outside of like League of Legends and stuff like that, but your collegiate sport can be Smash. And you can essentially go further with not just Smash, but like in school to, I guess, is to earn kind of like accolades to show like, hey, you've participated. Some people would in debate club or anything like that. Yeah. So I love that they're doing this, but I think the cool part is there's so many books out there that a lot of us don't get to read, and a lot of fighting game players have published that we don't really get to talk about. Like Thomas Kingsley Trope published the fighting game esports, the competitive gaming world of Super Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, and of course more. And then you have obviously Daigo's book, but you also have like Playing to Win, Becoming the Champion by David Sirline. So it's like we can also utilize books that aren't necessarily just about fighting games, but have to do with other sports integration. So now we're seeing like it's more than just it being only a sport. You know, we can really integrate fighting games like Corey Gaming as kind of like maybe there could be, that's like our book, right? You know, even though it's online.
Corey, you know what? I will give you this too. I don't think I saw Corey Gaming like being referenced in here. And bro, that is a YouTube channel that should definitely be referenced in here in any kind of educational concept. But at the end of the day, it's competition. It's competition. Yeah. It is the art of competition. And whether it's fighting games or, you know, in chess or in debate or in traditional sports, there are lessons there. There are things to learn. It's just, you know, some of those barriers are physical. Sometimes they're also, you know, I don't want to say you have to be like a certain kind of mental, because of shit, man. If you're playing fighting games, you have to have no mental, and you don't have to be physical at all. You just got to be able to do shit. But jokes aside, this is a really cool class. It kind of really does hone in on some of the concepts as well. Or it does hone in on a lot of the concepts of, like I stated earlier, in those objectives. And the idea that the class is like, it's like you do it twice a week, and it's for like 3 hours. The first hour and a half is like more of the really the lesson, the actual like curriculum when it comes to like the knowledge of it. And then the other half of it is actually practical. So you're pressing buttons. Like you will play that girl in the corner that you think is cute, and maybe you want to scout, right? Like you want to rizz up, like, yo, first attend me or I'll take you out, right? Like that's gonna be dope. But like it's cool that they give you a practical, because, you know, they're trying to break those barriers, trying to show that it isn't that hard to actually get into, right? But yeah, the resources they have on there is awesome. I just cannot believe on the syllabus I'm seeing like there's like sprites in here of like Ryu and Akuma and shit. You have to join the Discord. This is the homework. God, it's so incredible. And the fact that you also have to have a report. There's an actual, like, it's 30%. Like the report's like 30%. I love the memes that went off on Twitter for it. They were like, oh yeah, you know, block this mix up for 30% of your grade, right? Shit like that. What if your teacher comes up and says, yeah, beat me for 30%? You know, make this final, right? Like The jokes are great. They write themselves, but damn, I also wouldn't put it past that. Like, I would take that class. 100%.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna throw this out there because when I was at MagFest, I actually went to one of the game devs, like getting into the industry. I think this is also a perfect example of getting like outside of just having these other credentials, you go take this course. Right now, you're understanding fighting games, or you're understanding gaming in general, because obviously they have other courses, I'd imagine, in other schools. But instead of just being a game developer or being getting into music and then having to work your way into becoming a game industry, getting into the game industry, which is hard still, this is another route to put on your portfolio and go, hey, I have a master's in this. Like, I understand how fighting games work. We learned frame data. We understood how art worked in it. We understood we had homework, right? We had the right reports. And from there, I think that is a beautiful entry point for people who also want to get into the game industry that we don't see enough. And we always say there's different avenues to get into the gaming industry. And I think if you're trying to get into fighting games, this is a great course to just take, right? Why not? You might as well just sign up as a whole double tap and do it.
Fundamentally, man, it's just video games. It's one person versus the other, right? This fighting games encapsulates that to an incredible degree. And then just all those nuances, all those little things in between is what you have to check out. Also, shout outs to homework assignment number 4. Play a 1st to 5 with someone else in Discord. Make sure you record it and submit the names of both individuals. That is homework, dog. You know how many motherfuckers have done that just for fun? Now you can get credit for it if you happen to be in California and also happen to be at Berkeley. But yeah, so the Art of Fighting Games course over at UC Berkeley is official. It's out there. If I have the opportunity, you know what, Berkeley, if you're seeing this, we are your perfect subjects for it. We would love to go in. If you need a co-op to speak, I'm sure any of us would be more than down to do it. But this is dope. I really love the idea of it. I love the concept, and I would love to see this out in the East at some point as well. Some other college, or I'd rather everywhere. I want it everywhere.
I wonder 2 things. How much would this go to your GPA? And then on top of that,
right?
That and then
4.0 in one frame links.
That, and then I wonder how much this will become like wildfire, since gaming is getting bigger and bigger every day. If other schools are going to go, that's a great idea. And then syllabus
happens all the time.
I wonder if the syllabus is going to stay the same, or if it's going to evolve at other places to the point where everybody else that's it's almost like, and then there's your fighting game aspect. Who's doing it better? What school do you go to? Just like
we got fighting game teams. Also, two big disclaimers, or 2 big things I got to bring up. One disclaimer: they're talking about 2D fighters. They stated in the syllabus, this is not a platform fighter, so Smash Brothers does not count. So just want to make that distinction right now. And 2 is really a question for you guys. The question this week is, if you are a professor and you have the chance to build your fighting game curriculum, what would you specifically add to your curriculum that you feel would give give the entire course the proper lessons you want? So basically, what would you put in your course for the actual fighting game curriculum? Let us know. Once again, we'll be posting this up on our Spotify. It'll be live on Twitter, and of course on our Discord, mash.gg/Discord. Make sure to join us there. We want to hear it. Let me hear what the professors out there got going on. One frame links are really going to be important for you. Patience 101, is that part of the course? Who knows? But we want to know. Make sure to let us know, and we'll talk about it on the following episode.